Will, Lou, will. Early bird. Oh, sheesh. No need for the notification. I know your schedule. Wow. Super simp. Need for schedule. I know you. Everybody's banned in this platform. Face reveal. May ba yung music o hindi? Ay, naan ko ba? Sakto lang. Hello, hello, hello. Ayan. Bera. Kailangan ko pang palitan lahat ng music ko sa YouTube dahil kahit na royalty free sabi sa Spotify pero may copyright pa rin. Walang ya. Oh my God. You have YouTube streaming too? No, I don't stream on YouTube. I just post my, what do I call this, like live there. But yeah. Oh well. Nine PM. Me? Who's Cell? I'm not Cell. I'm Fallen Rain. Hmm. You have reference doing those detail or just top of your mind? Sometimes I look for references of like, especially if I really don't know what the what do you call this, like the details are. So for example, this meat, I have some kind of like meat references I have on my PC. So yeah, I look at references from time to time. Like I don't know what meat looks. There. You don't show the other screen on stream. Nyapala. So Konyo. Yeah, I mean like I'm only showing the screen on my iPad from my iPad. Are you live on TikTok? No, I don't go TikTok for now at least, because uh, going live on different platforms will consume like the same, not the same, like it'll like multiply your, what do you call this, like how much kilobytes you are kind of like streaming from the first stream. So let's say if like your Twitch is like streaming like 5K, it's taking up like 5K kilobytes. Kick will take 5K kilobytes. TikTok will get another like 5K kilobytes. So I don't have much like internet speed to stream on three, like more than two maybe like platforms. So yeah, I'm not streaming on TikTok for now at least. Maybe I'll try that soon, but now uh I don't know, like too lazy to set up my TikTok account. Bitrate, yeah, bitrate. Oh, is it bitrate? Probably, yeah. So yeah, just I don't have like enough like internet speed. There's more visibility on TikTok because people swipe more, so people. Yeah, I'm actually like thinking about it because I agree that there's like a lot more visibility in TikTok, but the time that I'm kind of, what do you call this? The time that I'm streaming actually is not good for, I mean, like the location where I'm living at. So it's not good for streaming at TikTok because I'm streaming like really early, and people mostly like view lives like during at night. And so yeah, like I don't stream at night, at least not now. I'm streaming for like, I'm streaming earlier because I'm kind of like targeting Western audience. So yeah, if I'm like going live, like I won't have like much of like Asian audience, and it'll probably just going to stream like inside my country. So yeah, if I'm streaming in the Philippines, then only people from the Philippines will see my live and not from, other countries, unless I'm pretty what do you call this, I'm pretty popular already, I think. So yeah, that won't work for me for my schedule. But I'm thinking about it. Like, I'm thinking about going on, like, streaming on TikTok one day. Maybe after like I do my, like I finish my work, because I'm still working after this, so there's not much time. Hmm. Taco Assassin. Hello, Taco Assassin. How's it going? Pretty good. It's awesome. Looks really good, by the way. Ah, thank you. Thank you so much. really appreciate it. Oh, thanks for the follow, Tackle. Thank you. You're welcome. I am on here more than green, to be honest. Oh, okay. So you have like both accounts, like Kick and Twitch, or maybe you're just like viewing different what do you call this, creators? Yeah, on different platforms. So yeah, but I stream like on different platforms just in case, like people see me on like Kick Although like Kick, the visibility in Kick is like really low. I mostly have like 1 or 0 most of the time. So I mean, like that's fine. Good to see you, fellow assassin watching Children. Hello, Kororo Kishin. Yeah, hello. This is not good. Yeah, I have a Twitch account since like 2014, but I have a Kick account because of one of my friends mostly stream on Kick now. Oh, is there like a reason why he streams Kick instead of like Twitch? I mean, he can like multi-stream, right? But why did he like choose Kick? I think like Twitch has more viewers, but then again, like I think Kick has better, let's say, monetization for content creators. But in terms of like viewership, I think Twitch still has like miles and miles away from, Kick. Sometimes they do, but honestly, their numbers are better on Kick now that, at least for the games they play. All right, okay, that's cool. So he's a, oh, what do you call this? Like a game streamer. Do you play games with him? Do you ever go to his live and play games together? Or it's just going to be like mostly him and you're just watching? Yeah, I watch a lot of art streams and gaming streams as well. Oh, that's cool. That's really awesome. The sad thing about like the art streams, like I think not a lot of people watch art. So like the discrepancy between like gaming and art is like really really big. So because like I see other people like not really popular on art, but they only get like 50. I think 100 is like really really high already on art. So yeah. Yeah, sometimes we run games together. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. yeah, hitting Twitch partner for art is super tough. But I know a few streamers who really help each other. Yeah, I think for me, I mean, like I'm looking at the requirements, right? I think the hardest part is to get like 25 followers. Because I'm like streaming every day, almost every day. So the hours that I put in on Twitch is, uh, I mean, they only need like, I think like 3 or 4 hours, and I've streamed like 30, 30 hours already. So, and I'm almost like streaming every day whenever I can. So those requirements I'm kind of like dialed in already. So like the followers are like the tough one for me, because it's kind of hard for you to have like visibility, especially when you just like started. And the content that I'm giving out, I'm not really entertaining people. It's just me doing my own stuff. So it could be boring for most. So yeah, tough crowd. Oh, I'm talking about the partner, not affiliate. Oh, so that's different. Yeah, 75. That's that's really tough. Yeah, because I think most of the, like when I go to Twitch, I like the most, maybe the average kind of viewers for art is just around 10, 20, 30. I think you're pretty lucky if you have like 30 viewers, like average viewers. So being a partner would be really hard. I think for games it'd be a lot easier because a lot of people like playing games. Maybe the IRL streams as well. But yeah, art, most people that goes here probably are I don't know, like introverted people. Not much people like, maybe like the people who like stalking or like drama and entertainment, they wouldn't go for art because this kind of look a little too boring for them. Like it's too, I don't know, like you wouldn't see much entertainment here, to be honest. So I mean, I wouldn't blame them, but yeah. I just thought of something weird. If you learn art as a person from other person and make you something, is your art right? So if AI learns from example Fengzu art style, is it really still Fengzu's art? Uh yeah, what? What do you mean by it's your art, right? I think that part is the one that confuses me. It's like, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm getting your question right, but I mean, if Feng Zhu made the art, it's still the art of Feng Zhu. If an AI copied like Feng Zhu's art style, then it could look like Feng Zhu's art, but it's not going to be Feng Zhu's art. If you learn something and made something, It is your art style. Okay, so you're talking about probably the art style. Like if I learned an art style from Feng Zhu and I kind of like made it my own. I guess it's still going to be your. Okay, so the way I see it is most of us learning art will have some kind of like inspiration from other artists. So whatever you do, it's not really 100% your art alone, your art style alone. Because growing up, you'll see other people's art, you have inspiration from other artists or other designs. So whatever it is that you are putting on paper, it's inspired by a lot of things, like from your environment. So in that case, your art style is actually a combination of whatever it is on your environment, like every art, like in art, like surrounding you, right? So and that makes your art your own art style. So it's a combination of like maybe 2% of this one, 5% of this. So yeah, it is your art style. It might resemble really close to another person's art style, but I mean it happens in the industry. Like there's a lot of like people whose art is not too distinguishable. It's because they have a lot of those the same art style. So even for me, like maybe uh close to maybe I have the same art style with a lot of people, so I just don't know. Yeah, I mean like my art style is not even unique. This is just plain painting and drawing, so it's not even like a unique art style. So I'm probably going to have like a lot of people that have like the same art style as me for sure. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, affiliate is the first step that you're talking about. Yeah, maybe I was just like aiming for affiliation because the partner. I mean, it's too early for me to like think about partnership because it's I don't know, like the requirements are way too hard to kind of like achieve. So yeah, I mean like even the affiliate part is like having more followers. Maybe I mean it's hard now for now because I'm only I think almost 2 weeks in. I just started like streaming like 1.5 weeks ago, so yeah, maybe I shouldn't like expect much really. From what my art teacher told me, you have to change 75% of something to be able to call your own. That's how UIL art competition. 70 change 75 of something to call it your own. I guess I've never uh I think that's kind of like a fine art school. I don't do fine arts, so for me, like we mostly do designs, so I'm more of a concept artist. So yeah, we do designs, and the art style doesn't really bother us so much. Like you can do like any art style you want because what they care about is the design, the solution for the problem. So let's say if you're working for a game studio, right? Let's say you work on a Clash of Clans. Everyone will have the same art style, like maybe like 20% discrepancy because you're doing Clash of Clans. So your art style should be the same, almost the same. And the design, what really matters there is the design. So yeah, it's different, I guess, like on the perspective of fine arts, because like fine arts, you have to be, people should know your art based on how it looks like. But uh, the industry I'm in, it's more on like they know you more. I mean, like of course the art style is there, but they'll going to know the person more because of their designs. So you went to a fine art school? So you do art. So maybe you're really good at art. I'm okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm like that's what people say when they're really good, that they're just okay. Probably, I don't know. Let's move to another section, I guess. When you go to your design meetings, do you still communicate your design, or your design is already clear without explanation? Uh, well, I think 90% of the time, when they see my designs, when I like put it out on a meeting, they just know already that I it's like it's kind of like self-explanatory already, that hey, okay, this design blah blah blah. They wouldn't ask you so much question about like how does it work, because it should be clear enough on the design. So what we talk about usually is the revisions that we can do, and another idea, another iteration maybe. So they're not questioning too much the design of like how it works or what the design is. It's more on like, hey, I love the idea, but can we change this and that? So yeah, because it's clearly communicated already. I'm out of practice, need to make more time to draw. So what do you draw, like still life, um, portraits, human anatomy, environments, abstract drawing? I'm definitely good at art, meaning I'm not. Ah, I think I've seen your art somewhere, Kurokishin. I think I've seen your art somewhere. I think you're pretty good. I think you do like, what do you call this? Do you do some kind of like webtoon or your comic book? You do, right? Because your name kind of sounds familiar to me. Haha, I think you're lying. What do you mean I'm lying? I didn't say it's true. I mean, I'm just like guessing that you draw as well, and you have, I think, you have like a comic book. I'm not sure if it's finished already. I draw a lot of monsters, demons, and people with abstract elements. Oh, cool. So mostly like a character creature designer. Do you like do you do art for a living? Like, do you sell your work? Are you an illustrator? Oh, maybe an illustrator, I guess. Because they're good with anatomy. People in illustration. like emotions and stuff. Character designer. Yeah, I guess too. I started liking like drawing characters as well, mostly creatures, but then like kind of have like a self-realization that I have a kind of a pretty, I don't know, like bad anatomy knowledge. So yeah, just tried out environment for a change, and it looked pretty okay at first. So kind of motivated me to just stay here and leave the creature monster kind of like designs behind, because I don't know, I suck at anatomy. I'm still trying from time to time to draw things, but like in like creatures, things like that, but they don't come out good. So yeah, I don't draw them as well, like so much anymore. No, I do not make a living out of my art, but maybe one day. So do you plan on working for games? Do you plan of like, the artist that works at the museum, you post your work out there and then maybe people will pay you millions of dollars, something like that? Or you do commissions. You can do also commissions, right? Like games, commissions, graphic design, museum. I think those are like the few avenues. Or you can do your own art book or comic book, just like Kororoki Shin here. So you want to get into doing promotional art, album art, and merch stuff. Metal bands. Oh, so I think like it's mostly going to be like graphic design, right? If you want to go for that kind of like uh, industry. So you do a lot of like the tribal fonts with maybe skulls, monsters for a metal band, something like that. They do mostly like graphic designs. I also want to sell my own merch. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Selling your own merch with your own designs. Taco X Assassin t-shirts. Go to website blah 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 and get your 50% off. Just type in Taco X Assassin. You'll have free shipping for the rest of your life. Oops. they also plan on like doing tattoo stuff. I think like when you do like metal band kind of like graphic design, like a lot of people also like are into like tattooing those kind of like designs. I have friends that are, I mean, not friends, but I know people that are doing those kind of like merch and doing like album covers, and they also have their own tattoo shop, because like the designs are a little bit similar, but I mean like the execution is different, of course. Like tattooing is a little bit more different than just doing art on digital medium, but yeah, the designs are pretty similar, I guess. They're kind of like into those kind of stuff. Oops. I wanted to be a tattoo artist for a while, but I decided I did not want to get that close to people or the pressure of messing up and leaving them with a bad tattoo. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of like I think it's the risk is really high because you're doing something that is permanent. I mean, semi-permanent because you can have it lasered now, but uh, one mistake will like it's hard for you to redo anything. I mean, I don't even know if you can redo on like tattooing. So if you made a mistake, then it's going to be like there forever. So pressure is really high if you're like an tattoo artist. Also, the process to get certified takes a while, and you normally do not make any money while you learn. Oh, really? Didn't know about that. So, I mean, even if like you go for what do you call this? Like apprenticeship, apprenticeship for other like tattoo artists while you're learning, maybe they can give you, like a little bit of like something, like a small salary for I don't know, assisting them or some sort. Maybe you can do like the easy easy tattoos. Maybe they can pay you. Maybe if you're like operating on your own, then you probably need like certification first before you are allowed to take money from other people. But yeah, like I don't know the process for that. But yeah, I think like one of my instructors back then, he's a tattoo artist now. I mean, he's still a designer. He's a designer and a tattoo artist, but he does a lot of like practicing on pig skins. I think that's pretty common, right? Like for tattoo artists, like they draw or do their art on pig skins. He has a lot of like pig skins kind of like tattooed up. Yeah, my brother gave that try. Oh, so your brother is into art as well. How did it go? Like, did he stop? It's nice that both of you are like into art. So I guess like you plan on doing this merch kind of business along with your brother? Oh, I made myself freaking he still draws, he paints D&D miniatures now as well. Ooh, that's nice. D&D. I've worked with some D&D art before, but it's not like miniature stuff. More on like what you put in the book. If you're, I don't know if you have like books for D&D, but yeah, I've worked for D&D without even knowing how to play D&D. Damn, so you play D&D. Have you tried playing Baldur's Gate? Because I think that's the closest thing to D&D that I've ever played. Do you remember what book you worked on? No, not really, because like everything is under NDA back then, and whenever we work on a project, they just give us kind of like a code of like, hey, this is like Project X or Project Owlbear, and then we work on it for quite a bit, and then after your contract is done, then you wouldn't hear from them from for years, and so you wouldn't really know like what the book is, like the real title of the book, because it's still going to be like on the works. But yeah, I didn't even bother to ask like, hey, like, can I get a copy of the book, something like that, because I think I only did uh I did few sketches for them. I did one like full rendered art for them, not full rendered art, but just a design. So I'm not sure if other artists worked on my like on top of my design. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, and they also asked me like to not tell people what art I did for that kind of for that particular book. I don't know why, but that's what they told me. Like, hey, can you please like hush hush for now? Don't talk anything about it because we don't know when we'll release it. So I don't know when it's going to be released. If it's already released or not, I didn't ask. That's kind of weird. I get the need for NDA, but if you work on it at least after the NDA is lifted. Yeah, it's more of what do you call this? It's more on like they hired me like on the early process or early stages of the book, so probably they just starting out with the book. Nothing is really kind of set on stone yet, so they asked me for designs. I gave them designs, and who knows, like maybe it's still back like 2021, so it's really like long time ago. And I asked them after like a year, for like after a year, it's like, hey, has the book been released? Like, they don't want to talk much about it, but they said like, hey, you can use the art for, I don't know, whatever purpose that you like, because I don't know, maybe it's out there. They gave me some restrictions and like permissions to like how I use the art, but they don't want me to tell people that it's for D&D. So I don't know why. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of weird, but they didn't want that to be published. At least that knowledge that, hey, this art is for like D&D stuff. But I mean that's fine. I mean I got paid already, so that's fine. I don't mind. It is odd. Because they have like a publisher back then. I mean most likely their publisher is going to be Hasbro. So, but I'm talking directly to the director or writer. Kind of forgot his name, but the director of D&D. Uh, and probably there's a lot of like publisher corporate things that he cannot do because he's only writing stuff for D&D. But the publishing stuff, I don't know, maybe it gets complicated. That's why he cannot give me like a full go on it. So yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't mind really. That's fine. I get the feeling as well when my favorite artist announced that she is working on a character for the game, but they can't tell what it is because of NDA. So you're playing the game wondering what they were. Yeah, and I mean like it's pretty usual in the industry. Like, uh, what they call this? Like you cannot tell about the things you work on or working on until they come out. So yeah, I think like most of the time I've worked on a game and then even 2 years, 3 years, I can't even like talk about it. I just like say, hey, I work on this project, and then that's it. You cannot say like what you work on, what are the designs. You cannot show anything to anyone. If anything, you pay an artist to draw something for a book and allow the artist to tell people what book they might be actually sell. But what do I know? Yeah, I agree, but I don't know. Maybe I just didn't bother to ask. Like, hey, which book am I in? I mean, I could ask now, but it's like what 5 years already. So, and to be honest, like I don't mind anymore. Like, it's not really like a big deal because for me, it's like after I get paid, that's all I care about. Like knowing my art is there on like one book probably doesn't bother that much. So that's fine. I'm not gonna pay the extra if I'll know the content or like which book I'm in. So yeah. It should be Deadwood, but hmm. That is very special since you really do not play or know anything about D&D. Yeah, I mean like the physical D&D, I don't know much about it. Yeah, again, the closest thing that I know about D&D is like playing Baldur's Gate. So I know something about Baldur's Gate, so I kind of maybe have like a feeling of maybe this works in the real D&D because it's based on a real D&D, right? Like the real kind of like storyline of D&D. So yeah, that's the closest thing I'll ever get to D&D because not a lot of people play D&D. like at least where I live. Plus, I don't know many people. Period. Maybe. Hmm? Okay, I'm off to bed. Have a good one. Hey, thanks for hanging around, man. Good night. Mizuki. Hey, Mizuki. How's it going? Did you sleep well? Did I sleep well? Yeah, I think I actually slept like really early yesterday. Got tired. But yeah, I slept well. Thanks for asking. Uh, I did some art yesterday. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, that's awesome. What did you draw? Like anatomy, human being? What did you work on? Just drew a doodle. Lol. Damn. That's pretty nice. At least like you are still drawing, right? Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, do you want a critique session? No, no, I'm kidding. Like if you share like a link, if you're what is it? If you share a link here, everyone's going to see it, right? So it's okay for you to like uh okay, let's see. Damn, this is pretty good. Wow, yeah, I'm honestly impressed. This is pretty good. Yeah, I like to be honest, I'm not kidding around. I can't even do this my own. So this is pretty good. And how long like did it take you to do everything? Even like the birds, I like really like how you draw them. It's really dynamic. You have an issue with environments, so it's so nice. Damn. Nah, oh, damn. Now I feel a little bit. What do you call it? Uh, if this is like just a doodle for you, I feel a little bit uh inadequate in a way. Like I feel like I need to do a lot more just to get to this level, right? I was doing 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. Damn. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, I really like the way you drew the eyes. I think for me, like I have a bias on like a pretty good face, and your face is pretty good. Like it's well done because I tried drawing faces and it's really hard for me, to be honest. So yeah, well done. I get stuck in the doodle phase. Do you? Oh, like you do amazing rendering, detailing, blah 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 blah. Thank you so much. Since I was 13. I mean, I also do like anime faces when I was still young, and I mean, me and my brother, we draw a lot of like, we have like small kind of like images of like anime, and then we just like draw, what we see, and I don't know, like I did not, uh, get any better. I don't know why. Like, I'm kind of like embarrassed to show like any anything that I do with anatomy. It's really embarrassing. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. That's really nice. Like the drawing, it's pretty cute. That's I think that's my favorite thing about it. It looks cute. Do you want to see one of my commissions? It's one of the most rendered piece. Yeah, go ahead. Send me a link. Still kick me the ass because I hit rendering and still looks incomplete. I aspire to be cute. Let us see. Damn. So you are good. Like you are good. Oof. Uh, how long did it take you to finish this one? You know what? You kind of have the what do you call this? It looks like unfinished, finished, right? I mean, like it's not a bad thing, unfinished, but it's kind of looks like an art style of yours to be somewhat sketchy, unfinished, but still looks finished. We can always learn from each other. I really would love DevSkill make an environment. You know what? If you're good with anatomy, like drawing people, to be honest, environment is not harder than anatomy. So you can like do environment, like for sure. So anatomy is so much harder than environment. That's why I went to environment because it's a bit easier. Okay, can you but both is hard for sure. Okay, like can you give me an example like what part of an environment you think is hard? Because for me, like to be honest, like anatomy is hard. I tried learning anatomy and I don't know, like some parts I get, some parts I don't. So and it's kind of hard because like whenever you fuck up your anatomy, excuse my language, but whenever you kind of like have some kind of like distortion, it'll be very apparent because we people are very used to seeing other human beings. So a little disformity here and there, you're going to realize or you'll notice them right away. For environments, you can do a lot of mistakes as long as your perspective is okay. I think you're pretty good making it at all using my brain, using perspective lines. Yeah, that the only thing, like if you have like uh if you need to be good with anatomy for drawing whatever you draw, for environment you just need like a solid perspective. That's all. I'm so impatient. Really impatient? I don't know, like maybe I think you are kind of suffering from, what do you call this? Imposter syndrome? Maybe we all do, but uh, you're obviously pretty good on what you do. So, yeah, aren't we all? Exactly. Exactly. You aspire to be cleaner. What do you mean cleaner? This is already clean. Or maybe like it, it needs to be like more rendered. But again, this is pretty clean. If you're just like talking about clean, this is clean. Yes, bless Bobby. Yeah, I guess I can see that. I mean, the way I see it, like it could be, it could already be like a. I can consider this like a splash art. Like if this is going to be like a loading screen for a gacha game, I wouldn't be mad. Like it looks pretty cool. Like the art style is pretty cool. I wouldn't ask for more, to be honest. But again, it's it's your art style. You see your own mistakes and you ask for more almost every time, right? Like like when other people see your art, you kind of like pissing on it, but other people see it as like it's really good. Genshin splash art would be considered. Yeah, exactly, right? So this is pretty like it's pretty good. Now I'm wondering like why are you even watching me do this kind of stuff if you're already that good? Okay, do I even continue what I'm doing now? I gotta work on my on the plateau to bring it to the next level of refinement and stuff. Ah, that's too nice. Uh yeah, I think I can relate to like a lot about that, like being plateaued. Like, every probably you're feeling the same way that whenever you do art, even if it's like decent, you feel like you've been doing art for so long and they look kind of the same and it feels like a plateau. You're plateauing to this type of art and you cannot like put it to the next level. I feel the same way every time. That's why I'm trying to like, hey, maybe let's change things up. And then I'm ending up putting out the same like image, the same image. But being objective, I think we're getting better and better bit by bit. It's just not like one big leap that it's too obvious for us to see. But yeah, the plateauing part is maybe you're improving 1% at a time. So yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, to be honest. So whenever I look at my art, like, oh, dude, it's just I feel it's the same. I didn't learn anything. God, I can't even find any art where I actually tried to do. Ah, I mean, that's fine, I guess. I mean, you're not really what do you call this? You're not really trying to do environments on your commissions, right? So, I mean, the background here is like pretty good. The last one you sent us, I mean, it's not like a. I mean, maybe whenever you talk like about like environment, maybe you're talking about clouds, trees, like architecture, things like that. But you have a background here, so it's kind of an environment. Ooh. It's big skills to be concept environment design illustrator. Really like your work for you. Thank you. Don't quote me on being an illustrator. I don't think I am, to be honest. I did some illustrations from like before, but I don't consider myself as an illustrator. It's not that I don't want to be considered as an illustrator. It's just the skill level, the art level of like being an illustrator is like really high compared to being a concept artist. Because like concept artists, you just you do the designs. The art part is secondary. For illustrators, they have to be really good with uh like the art part. And the art part for my case is it's okay. I think it's just okay. You drew full stop. Oh really? It's different. Yeah. It's different. Like a concept artist, like what I'm doing now, I'm mostly designing, right? I'm mostly designing. I'm not really doing the illustration part. So I don't think. Let me check if I can show you some things that I do like for work. Ooh, maybe I can. Let's say I'm not trying to like show like NDA stuff. Where is it? No, not this one. Rise of Cultures in games. I think this should be good. Yeah, so whenever we do like concept art, we do a lot of these things. It kind of looks like illustration, but it's really oh, it's less of an illustration. I don't know. It looks like an illustration, but we do a lot of these things for concept art. So we do a lot of like sketches until they get accepted by the art director. Like so, hey, we do some sketches. These are like the well designs. These are like blah blah blah. That's an illustration. No, it's not. This is concept design. So this is concept art. So it's a little bit different. So illustration is more on like you know like the splash art for Riot games like Valorant or Mobile Legends, Dota. Those like what you see on the screen, those are illustrations. So here's like it's concept. It's like what the things that you see or the designs you see like inside the game. We kind of draw it. We kind of like conceptualize the design for it, but it's not really illustration. So whenever we pitch the idea, we draw it like this, and then we kind of have to draw like how it looks like inside the game. So we'll render it out, but it's still, again, this is not an illustration. This is still part of the design. So the 3D modelers will know what we can model, what they can model. So this is kind of like we're giving them like an idea of like how they can model things, the colors, things like that. So yeah, we do a lot of stuff like this, and it's less illustration, more on like problem solving. I actually have another example here. Oh, this one. We do a lot of these kind of stuff. Like we do some kind of like explanation of things, like how they work. Come on, load up. My iPad is not, it's taking some time to load. Yeah, so we look at this, like we have descriptions of what will happen. This is like level 1 for the stage. It's going to be like level 2. So it creates more and more kind of like it whenever it levels up, it's going to have like a different kind of like animation. So and then this could be like the final, like hey, this final level, like everyone's happy. Like this is kind of like a Christmas or Santa Claus event for a game. So we do these kind of things, and it's different from illustrating. What I call illustration probably is something like I think I did like a loading screen for them. So this is like a loading screen for them. So we have like these grid lines because like this could be like for a PC, this is for the phone size, this would be like the full illustration. So maybe I can like remove that and this. So this was the full illustration, and then you'll just like put some text on it, as like an illustration. So yeah, I rarely do this kind of stuff. Like I mostly do like the concept art part, like designing and designing. So because like whenever you do illustration, you kind of like worry about the things people see, like the customer sees. When you do concept art, you worry about the idea, so it doesn't really matter how good your rendering is, as long as the idea is like uh, good. The rendering part is secondary. It could be not as good, not illustration level good. So like this one that I'm doing, it's not illustration level good, but it's good enough for a design. The stuff you make are pretty. Your rendering is so good though. Why not? This is not that good. At least I don't consider this like that good. I don't know. It's again, it's different from illustration level because I know people who do illustrations and they do pretty good stuff, and this is not near to that quality. Like not really close. Uh, I'm guessing here, but for sure, us that don't have concept design background, it's more on like everything is illustration because of the idea that something you draw, you illustrate. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, like from the outside perspective, if you are not, let's say, well involved in the industry, like you might confuse, or like it's synonymous, like the illustration and the concept art is synonymous, right? So yeah, I wouldn't blame you for that for sure. Yeah, job scopes, it's still a little bit different. So the job scope, if you see, let's say you go to LinkedIn or JobStreet or whatever, right? Like you type in concept art, they'll say that you should be able to design characters, you should be, design environments, design props to whatever the art directors desire. So that's it. You design. But of course, like you kind of have that skill level of like rendering. But for illustration, you want to capture emotions, you want to capture like the dynamic movement, things like that. So illustration is mostly like what you did, like for your commission, it's more illustration than whatever I'm doing. Because whatever I'm doing here, it's not, nothing is dynamic. It's a very stale, kind of like flat slab of like design. You can see where you're going, you can see what the props you can interact it with, but it's not really dynamic. You wouldn't see me, you don't see people like cooking, you don't see people like very happy eating or whatever. It doesn't involve so much emotion. So you're just like showing them, okay, this is a design for the room. People like when the characters go in, he can move up to the room, he can go explore the kitchen. Here's like the props in the kitchen, things like that. So illustration is different. So yeah, you kind of want to play more on the emotions, like the dynamicness of the scene, if that makes sense. That's more illustration. That's why when you type illustration, like splash art, those are illustrations like what you see on like for like Riot games, again like League of Legends, Valorant. So yeah, those things I don't do splash arts. I just design. So not a lot of people see my work. Not a lot of like end users, like the people who plays the game, see my work. So the only people who sees my work are 3D modelers and art directors most of the time. Yeah, of course, unless like they go to my art station and like look at my work, then they'll see my work. But end users for games or like films, they don't see my work. Oopsie. I think I get what you mean. Well, I guess I can say that you're a good drawer. I draw well. I mean, thanks. Well, I hope I am on a kind of like a decent, respectable level. Not that great, but pretty okay. because yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty okay. It's pretty okay. It's not that bad. Hey, you've been hired by some cool big name stuff. That's enough proof. Ah, you know what? Yeah, you can say that. You can say that, and I'm very, very lucky and grateful for like the opportunities that I had. But yeah, I'm not saying that they have like bad eyes. It's just for me, maybe it's like I like the level of expectation from myself is I'm expecting more, I guess. Or I'm not like easily kind of like impressed, especially if the work is done by me. We're always yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I think I haven't learned, being a little bit nicer to myself. I mean, like, I don't know. It's cringy, I guess. Whenever I think that, oh, I'm good. Like, no, no, you're not. Are you blind? Can't you see your work? Do you think this is good? Do you consider this as good? I mean, like, okay, it's good enough. It's good enough, like, for studios to hire me, but I don't know. It's still different. The birds you were admiring in my piece. I was like, bro, those are just scribbles. Hey, if you can do those birds, like, I mean, the posing like that, and you consider it like as a only a scribble, then you have like a pretty good grasp in, making things less, like putting in like a really few strokes and getting the emotions or like the dynamic movement uh pretty pretty easily with like just a few strokes, then that's pretty good. Because what you don't want is like spending 30 minutes like on one bird and still not making it look good, right? So at least for you, if you spent maybe like 2 seconds drawing that bird, you know what you're doing. I mean, if it's like a lucky brushstroke, who knows? But it looks good. It looks effortless. That's what I mean. If you zoom in my hands, I see that. That's fine. Again, it's a doodle, right? It's a doodle. It's 2 hours. You know how to render it. It's not a question of your, uh, it's not a question of like your skill level. It's more on like how much time you spend on it. So this one is like pretty good already because you've kind of concentrated probably on the face and the hair. So yeah, that's fine. Of that one bad brick. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't, yeah, the parable about that. I think it's. I don't know. I don't know that one. Give me a sec. Building a wall. Okay. And then everything fell off. Everything walked past, it's like such a terrible. Oh, yeah. I get that. Because like only the creator knows his mistakes, right? So we're so critical with our work that I see a lot of mistakes here, but from the outside perspective, it looks like everything is perfect. I have, I get that. I think it's see like you are what do you call this? You are being critical with your birds and like the fingers, but from an outsider, it's already like pretty good considering like it's only made like under 2 hours. right? So yeah, I without ourselves, so probably it's good that you kind of have some kind of affirmation from other people, like just to confirm that hey, you're doing pretty okay. So it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. Did I see like a bad rig and I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Ah, oof. Yeah, because I think it's pretty normal that we fixate on the mistakes that we do. So like even like looking at this, right? Maybe, just maybe, when you look at this, like, hey, I think the parts that you've rendered is pretty okay. Like I don't see anything bad about it. But I can see like so much mistake. Like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done this. So yeah, I know what you mean. And it feels like, you just don't want that chance of like people looking at your art and seeing the same mistake you are seeing. So you want to overcorrect it and probably spend so much time on it. And to be honest, like they're not even going to notice that. But even knowing that fact, right? Like that they're not going to notice it, you're still going to fixate on that. It's because maybe part of you fixing it is a way of improving. So you wouldn't just leave it like that. So for me, so whenever I fix my problems, even if it's very, it's not really like a big deal for other people, but for me it's kind of a big deal if I find a if ever I find like a solution to, make it look good, then it's a win. I had to learn good enough. Artist, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Good. Oh, I don't know. Like, will I ever learn that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Being good enough. I think I'm just scared of like being, complacent with my work. Admitting that I'm good enough and better than other people might, make me like it'll push my ego so high that I stop improving myself because I believe that hey, I'm already good. I don't need to improve, right? So I don't know. I don't like that idea. So I guess being objective, I think I am decent enough to get a job, but not near to whatever I want to be, which is yeah. I think the most acclaimed artists never good enough for themselves, which is sad. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel the same way, and probably even if like I think like this, I'll never be as good as like like the real good artists out there. But with this kind of like mentality, I think it's pushing me a little bit more to achieve more things in the future. I might not get there, who knows? But yeah, but it's not, I believe it's not making me miserable. So I think that's fine because I don't go depressed and like, hey, look at my art, it's shit, and I will go depressed and kill myself. I'm not close to that kind of like mentality. Acknowledge that you're good is not the same as thinking that you're the master. Well, yeah, as long as you're not miserable, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think that's still okay. It's a good kind of stress that you have. Like pushing yourself to be better and better. It gets tiring sometimes because even though like objectively you know that you are doing okay and feeling that kind of like you're not worth it, it's not enough, you should do better, then it's tiring from time to time. But again, it's not like I'm miserable. It's okay. It's okay. The silver lining to my art style of half complete and sketchy is that the marks I make are obvious and have some logic and why those marks were placed. If it were to be emulated by AI, I would not be able to do that very well until they can literally simulate it entirely. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So, cause like AI is really good at copying the the well rendered ones. Because AI is like really powerful, so he can like it can do it consistently. I think it fails if the style is, a little bit more stylized, because there will be some, like your marks, like your marks, and if AI is going to like try to copy it, it will probably look almost similar, but you know now, oh, I'm never gonna do that line, I'm not gonna do this, I don't lasso things like this, I don't color things, it looks similar, but I don't do things like this, like your own mark, right? Yes. Oops. I think part of why I'm embracing my art style a bit more is the idea that like it makes me look more human, I guess. It's like how the camera made the pursuit of like photorealism not important. Yes, I am like I totally agree. And because like for me, I don't do like really really realistic things. I think I'm sticking with this kind of style as well because it makes it more human. Like the slightly off coloring, the marks like this, like it feels like unrendered. Yeah, like you can do more. Those kind of like, let's say, uh like kind of mistakes, you can say probably mistakes or deliberate mistakes, they make your art feel a little bit more human. It feels like it's more, what I call this, relatable. It's more like warm in a way because you know that like a human being made this one and not an AI. So yeah, I mean there are people who do like very realistic paintings, which is like you cannot even tell the difference between like photos and uh like the painting anymore because it's really that good, which is pretty good. Like for me, it's not my thing. I think I'd rather, you know, I like leaving a mark on the page. Like it makes it look a little bit more human and not a photograph or AI. But the skill level for those, I'm not questioning the skill level. It's the more on like my preference of like what art do I want to see. Yeah, but also I consume so much human content that it makes fake AI human mistakes. Oh shit. It's hard to tell sometimes too. It is, it is. It's getting, I don't know, like there's a lot of like things AI can be used at that is, like could make your life more uh what do you call this? More convenient, but for us it's a little bit, jarring, or we don't want AI to do really good at our stuff, like whatever we're doing, because we want to keep our job and we want more creative kind of freedom, not freedom, but creative hold to whatever we're doing. And AI sometimes they do things a little too fast and sometimes better than other artists. So it's hard to compete with AI. There are some, there'll be a lot of discrepancies, of course, like AI cannot do revisions, AI cannot do this. Yes, they cannot do those kind of stuff, but for generic stuff, if you're not really keen on small mistakes, AI is pretty good at it. And it's, I don't know, it's annoying. It's great and annoying at the same time. I think for me, AI is a great tool, but for people to expect that when people put in time and effort that are obsolete because AI can do it faster or better or whatever, it takes a hit. Yes, yeah. I don't like it. I don't like that part with AI as well. I mean, yeah, it's really convenient. I use a lot of AI things, and it is like really convenient. I like it. I just don't like it when it's affecting me like negatively, more mostly on the art department, right? Like AI is going to replace artists, AI is going to replace movie makers or coders, programmers, engineers. Like, I think it's, to some degree, it's okay. We can concentrate on something else. But for people who's already spent their lifetime learning uh, this kind of what do you call this, like trade, it's going to be hard for them to move forward because you've been doing this for like 20 years now, or 10, 20, 15 years, and then suddenly AI will take over, and then yeah, you can do something more, like do something that AI cannot do. Like, but if it's like depending on your livelihood, let's say for me, uh this is like the AI part's kind of affecting my livelihood a little bit, then it sucks, right? Although it's convenient, yes, it's powerful, it's nice to have it, but if it's affecting you, especially your livelihood, it's kind of annoying. It's annoying. Hmm. I just don't like how it makes you less valuable in the eyes of corporation, at least. The things that we people put in time. Yes, I agree with that. Actually, like most people that give shit about like the idea of like AI is going to replace everyone. I think it's mostly like the corporate stuff, like corporate people, the higher ups. They like kind of pushing this idea of like AI is going to replace this kind of people, and to some degree, the mundane stuff they're kind of right. But if they're trying to replace everyone with AI, it's going to just like hurt the studio, and a lot of studios are really hurting because of that. And I don't know, they're just like really pushing that agenda of like using AI. So yeah, I mean, we can use AI. Like you can use AI, I can use AI. We can use it like uh to make our works better. But yeah, for the corporate, like the higher people up, like they just think that we can replace you with AI completely, so you don't need anymore, and then we're gonna lay off like 50% of the studio. Cute. What was it? Cuter Mark. Hey, I can't watch yet because I'm at work. When I get home, I will be there to support you and add me on Discord. Hey, cute Mark. What's up? I mean, Maybe you can watch it like on the VOD later. I only have like, I think I only have like an hour streaming, so yeah. There's always cutaway. They want to make the ultimate money making machine. Yeah, I mean, if you think like that, maybe it's right if you think that way. That obviously, like you're a capitalist or you are, like a corporate. What you need is to make as much money as you can, right? That's the goal. So if you can cut people, even if like there are essential people, if you can cut them off, then that's good for you monetarily. But I don't think we're there yet. Like you cannot just like cut, people, especially like the senior or the mid to senior level. I don't think you can just like cut them off. Maybe like the junior somewhat, because it's you can replace it with AI a little bit. Maybe like the AI can do like 50-70% of their job, but for the higher people like a mid-level senior, it's kind of harder for you to be replaced. uh, and it's only few people who get to benefit. It's so dehumanizing, yeah, and then the junior kind of experience. Yeah, that's true. Yes, it's mostly going to be like an advantage for them, and for us working underneath them. I mean, like, well, what can we do, right? We're just like an employee for them, so they can cut us off if they want to, whenever they want to. So that's a little bit sad. So yeah, there's so few corporations or like studios, companies that think about their employees first before, like the money stuff. And yeah, that's a little bit sad. I mean, you can think, I guess, you can think about your people at the same time, like how much you can make out of these people. Look, why not think about make some money with these people that you've already hired, learn to, grow the company without firing so much people. I think that's a little bit better than removing all the people and replacing them with AI, just so we can cut off like more employees. And it's only a few people who get to benefit. But oh yeah, yeah, it kind of goes away working in corporate. But I know freelancing is also not super reliable and takes a lot of effort. So then I just wanted to yes, yes. For me, I've never. I mean, I've tried working. I think the last full time that I had is like back 2020, no, 2018. I think that's the last full time job that I ever had. Then everything else is like from 2018. I've been freelancing 2018 since until now. So it's been like 8 years of like freelancing. It's it's hard because you constantly need to look for clients. Yes, you can do things on your own time. You have those benefits. You can do your vacations like anytime you want, but there will be like some negatives, like the pay in is not consistent. You don't know when you'll get your next job or next gig. So there's like pros and cons for sure. It's different. Is it do I wish for, I don't know. Again, both are good. You can make good money on both, but like the freelance is a little bit riskier. But again, like you'll have your benefits with freelance. It's not like all negatives. That's why a lot of people are doing freelance, because like, oh, I want to do this on my own time. You can juggle to different jobs if you want to. You can earn money by doing that. A lot more money than doing full time. But yeah, the uncertainty of like getting a job, especially with today's kind of not economy, but today's kind of like mindset of like having AI replacing everything. It's a bit difficult to get a consistent work. How do you figure out your own rate? Oh, the rates actually, uh, you just tell them whatever you think you deserve. That's all. So you go crazy sometimes, like if you know like the oh sorry, if you know like if there's going to be like a big studio and they have like more budget, so there's this like rate flying around in your head that maybe I can charge more, because like a lot of people, it's hard for them to charge more because they think they're not that good enough. But if a studio actually uh, reach out, they already like your stuff, right? So they already like your stuff, so they're kind of willing to match the rate that what's whatever is on your mind. So you can pitch them, or you can tell them, hey, my rate is this amount. Like put some kind of like uh, add something on top of whatever rate that you have. Let's say, hey, my rate is like $100. Maybe you can do it like 130, and then if it's like 130 is high for them, then they can just like go to 100. So it depends on like how much the studio have, like how much budget they have. But what you don't want to do is like overly selling yourself, like overly what do you call this, over overpricing yourself, but you don't also want to underprice yourself. So I mostly do overpricing than underpricing, because there's still going to be some negotiations. Sometimes there'll be like negotiations that, hey, your rate is a little bit too high, our budget's this and that, and then you decide if it's worth it for you to, get the job, take the job with that kind of rate. But sometimes they just like, hey, the rate is too high, we cannot afford you, we don't want to like give you a lower rate because we know what you can do, and probably let's work on this project soon when we got like a better budgeting, or yeah, a better budget for you. So people will say that sometimes. So yeah, maybe try to overprice yourself a little bit if you want to get that, if you know like what your client's budget is, you want to try to overprice yourself a little bit. But what if they compare rates? Well, okay, when you're doing freelance, right? At least for me, like how I kind of like view things, whenever you're doing freelance, uh you have to be ready to let go clients. Like, let's say this client is, you really like the work, you'll think that I like the work they're doing. If you like the work they're doing, you can probably have like a higher tolerance for negotiation. If your rate is like $100, I think my lowest that I can go is like 80. Anything below 80, I'll just reject the job. So if let's say this client is like, I really like this client, I really like the games they're doing, I like the designs, I think I can even go as low as 65. Then that's on you, because you like the game, or you like the design, or you like the job. But there are some clients that, hey, this art director or the client is kind of hard to talk with, he demands so much,
I'm not going to be happy if I'm only charging them $100. I'll go for 150. If they go below 140, I'm not gonna take it because I'm not happy taking this job. But whenever I take this job, even if I'm not happy, I'm compensated by the additional $40 that I put in, right? So that's how I think about it. And probably companies will say that, hey, we have another artist, he's much cheaper. They actually don't say that. They don't actually like, hey, we have another artist and he's better and he's much cheaper. Can you negotiate? Like, they don't say that. Like, if they cannot afford you, they won't go for you, or they'll try to negotiate. Or if they found another artist, they won't tell you that. They'll just say, hey, we just decided not to go forward with you. That's all. They're not gonna say like, but they are comparing for sure. So you just need to be, you have to be sure. You have to be decisive of your rate. You cannot be like, don't be taken advantage. It depends on like how desperate you are. But I don't go really desperate that, hey, yeah, even if like $20, I'll go for it. Please hire me. Maybe if you're like really desperate, but oh, but like, what if company and the company B, company A and company B talk together and realize you charge them differently? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because what do you call this? You kind of you can have a standard rate, right? You can have a standard rate, let's say $100, but whenever a AAA game or a big name studio is going to hire you, you're gonna charge double. You'll go for $200. If you know that it's kind of like a mid-level studio, because you'll do some research. If you know they're kind of like a middle studio, you charge 100. If you know they're indie studio, only 2 people working on it or 3 people, you can probably just go as 70. Or you don't take independent game studios at all. You just play with the higher and the middle part. So you can stick with the 100 minimum. So you can go about it. So if they ask like, hey, you're asking for 100 this studio, but you already know this is like a lower tier studio in terms of like budget. Uh, they okay. To be honest, it's not really. It doesn't really happen, or it hadn't had like happened to me before. So if usually for big studios, if they ask you like, hey, when are you available? What's your rate? They're probably going to go with you no matter what rate you ask them for big studios. So even if it's like ridiculously high sometimes, like, hey, we don't know you. I like your work. When are you available and what's your rate? They'll just like, okay, let's start on Monday. That's your rate? Okay, good. We'll make your contract, right? The negotiation part is mostly for the mid level. For mid level, they do a lot of like negotiating, like, hey, your rate is a little bit higher. Are you okay if we do this kind of rate? Are you okay with it? As a compensation, we can do this or that. So yeah, they rarely compare like, hey, you said to Studio A your rate is this and this. I mean, if they said that, like, so what, right? So what? Are you gonna hire me with my rate that I ask you or not? Because I know that I said that they can have me with this kind of rate. Yes, it is lower than what I'm asking you for, but that's what I told them. So it doesn't really matter because they're only hiring one. Like, it's only you. Like, I don't know. It wouldn't make sense for them to compare. And yeah, it's a little bit of like, you should be asking why they're doing that. Like, why are you trying to make my rate lower and lower unless your budget is like really low, but you want some talent with that kind of like low price? But for you, if you think that, hey, I think I'm good enough not to be exploited by, like a $50 price, then I wouldn't do it. You can just say no and just move on. So you don't charge like a packaged product because like someone sells your product $10 and they sold them a product. 15. No, because again, I don't do illustrations. I do designs, right? So I think it's different for like commissions. Commissions, you do like a single artwork and then you sell it to them to whatever they're going to do to it. You don't know. I mean, like they're going to post it, make it as your as their wallpaper, or they sell it to another people. That's like a commission based kind of work. In my case, I get to pay like, hey, we'll pay you 2 weeks worth of time, 40 hours a week. So whatever you work on for the next 2 weeks or a month, it'll be under the name of this studio. So they'll pay me an X amount of money, and then that's it. Like if they like whatever they do with my designs, they can do whatever because it's part of the contract that they can do anything on it. Like, yeah, they can sell it, they can blah 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 because it's under their name. That's it. But for commission based, you're talking to one person maybe, and then, oh, you cannot sell this, resell it, it's going to be blah blah blah. It's a bit different. I don't talk to individual people. I talk to studios. So it's like a salary job thing rather than a product. Yes, yes, exactly. So it's different. And I think it's a bit easier for, like, on the business side, it's a bit easier if you are talking to a studio because they already know their thing. They're just like, it's normally going to be NDA, and then they're going to make you sign a contract, and then you do the work. That's all. So you don't have to worry about like copyright, you don't have to worry about reselling because, dude, the contract says that whatever you make during this month or 2 months, it'll be under their name. The most that you can ask for is like post it on your portfolio. That's it. But yeah, the rights, it'll be theirs forever. I mean, it depends. Like the contract says like it'll be under their name, so you don't really have a claim on your own work because you did it under or during your hiding that studio. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, happy we can like clear that up. I mean, obviously it'll be like a case to case basis. There will be some exemptions out there, and what I'm saying is mostly for generic kind of like studio client freelance setup, right? So there will be some exemptions that I might be wrong, but yeah, glad I can like help with that. You can just like, you can ask like anything. If I know the answer, I just tell you the answer. Maybe except for, political things. I don't want this stream to be like political or like any agenda movement things like that. Yeah, because freelance, I keep thinking it's just like a shop where you have a product. Okay, yeah, I get what you mean, but I think that's pretty popular with uh it's like having a no, I mean, what I'm doing now, it feels like I am, because I am the product. Like in my freelance, I am the product. I am selling myself, not a physical copy, not a commission, not a thing. I'm selling myself. So in a way, I am the product. So I'm kind of like selling myself to studios. So yeah, but I get what you mean, like the product thing. Like maybe you do something, sell it on Etsy, or sell it on other platforms, like put them like on a cup. I've there are some companies that reached out to me back then, and they're trying to like sell maybe what they call this, like a cup or a t-shirt with my designs on it. Then they'll just like give me royalties. So yeah, in that case, I mean, like, I'm not managing that, they're doing it, but they just use my art, so I just get a cut whenever my art sells. So yeah, I mean, like, I already signed a contract with those, and whatever they do, as long as they're giving me my cut, I think that's fine. they can sell it, like they could put it on like, whatever merchandise they want. But if I think of as a contract for a job, then it makes it more flexible in my brain. Wait. A freelance shop where you okay. But if I think of it as a contract for a job, then it makes more flexibility in my brain. It makes more flexibility in what sense? I don't think I get what you mean, sorry. It makes more flexibility. Oh, because it's only a contract, you're not a permanent kind of employee, I guess. I guess that was what you mean. So you kind of know that it's you're like trying to understand freelance. Mm-hmm. So pricing, are you planning on like the pricing, let's say selling things on a shop? Like the that kind of like freelancing? Or freelancing meaning you can do like freelancing as a like like a graphic designer and having multiple clients and they'll just like hire you when you're needed, something like that. Because you can ask some of like maybe there will be like a graphic design people out there that has some kind of like pricing already, that they're doing freelance, and you can maybe ask them like how much they're kind of charging clients. Then you'll get an idea of like how much also like you can hire not like ask or charge. Because for me, like I've researched, I've asked a lot of people like how much should I charge, and you can just like filter it, because like others will really charge high amounts, and I don't think my art is that good to be, you know I cannot charge this amount of like money because my art's not that good. So it depends on like how comfortable or how confident you are with your skill level. uh, So my service, making an illustration. I'm thinking of this cash cost $10. This refined illustration is 20. If people compare prices between oh okay. Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of tricky, right? Like that kind of like situation. It's a little bit tricky. I'll probably need to like think about it. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because people talk, unlike like corporate, they have their own thing going on, so they're probably not gonna ask like how much you uh get one artist. That's not going to be, it's hardly going to be a thing for them, because corporation studios, they have a lot of money. So if they have like millions and millions of dollars, they don't care if they hired you for $2,000 and the other guy hired you for $4,000. Dude, like they have millions. It's like nothing. Yeah, it's nothing to them. It's not like you're going to be the higher, like the highest position in the company. So you're just a freelancer. They have agreed with your rate, and that's all. But for you, like for individual people, like doing commissions, you cannot avoid them talking to one another that, hey, how much did you get this art for? And then, oh, I got it only like 15 or 20. Oh, but she charged me like 30 for it. What a scam. Yeah, it's a little bit hard unless you'll have a really solid fixed price. Uh, yeah, if you open a shop and have a fixed price like $10 for a sketch, $20 for a full render, and nothing's gonna change, then I think that'll be fair. They'll see it as fair. Like, hey, she's not like pricing things. She's very consistent with the price of like 10 and 20, and that's good. Then I don't think that will be like a big problem. But if you keep changing your price depending on the person, I think people will talk about it and maybe say things about it. But I don't know. Like, I'm not really familiar with that part of uh business, like what they call it, like the freelance business for like opening a shop. Have I done commissions? I yeah, I did one commission, only one. I only did one commission, and yeah, thankfully it's only for one person, so they don't have like anyone to compare it with. Well, it's good to know that I can talk to corporate and individuals differently. Yeah, true. Do you? Yeah, corporations. I don't know. Like, I haven't really had like people asking me to do like commissions and stuff because I think I'd probably charge a corporate rate because I'm just really used to like corporate rates, and they probably won't be able to afford it. So I don't get too much uh, commissions from like individual people. Plus, most people actually ask for illustrations like human characters, right? Like environments, not so much. They don't really care much about environments. They like, hey, draw my dog, draw my daughter, draw me. So, or draw a cute anime. I don't do this stuff. So I'm kind of like limiting myself in a way, but I'm okay with that. That's fine. Sheesh, I've spent so much time on this one. It doesn't look good. Make it dark. Just make it dark. What are the artists you read more? Oh, uh, my ultimate god, who I consider god, is Feng Zhu. I'm not sure if you know that name, but he's the one who made me start this concept art journey. So I'm going to type it, Feng Zhu. So you can search like Feng Zhu concept art, and yeah, he's the reason why I'm doing this, because I fell in love with this art. Because back then you wouldn't see a lot of like artists posting their work like about concept art. So he's like one of the few people out there who posts his work and actually have a YouTube channel teaching concept art. So yeah, because I really wanted to work for a game studio doing art, but I don't know how. And then I saw Feng Zhu's work. He's talking about concept art. He worked for games. So yeah, the rest is history. Yeah, no problem. He actually has a. Oh, you're from Singapore, right? I mentioned that I studied in Singapore for a year back then. I actually studied in his school. It's his school in Singapore. He's not from Singapore, but he has a school in Singapore and he stayed there for quite a bit until the school closed down because of some reasons. But yeah. It's something to do with the rent because he's paying a lot of money for the rent, and then the owner of the property, I think, asked for double, and he can, he can't afford it, so it feels a little bit like an exploitation, I guess. I don't know. I shouldn't be like saying that, but it's just sad. Yeah, he's been like teaching that school for like so many years, and it's sad that it's gone now. I'm not sure if it's ever going to reopen. Hopefully, I mean, not going back there to study, but I just hope that it reopens someday. That is so cool. I'll definitely look at his tutorials sometime. Yeah, I think I would say like 90% when I was 90% of the time that I was like studying, like self-studying, I just watch his videos. And then yeah, after like probably watching it and doing the homeworks for 2 to 3 years, I got my first like gaming job. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's I think the videos are like pretty old because he made that like, I don't know, like back in 2011, 2010, not sure. And not a lot of like guys or people know about concept art, so, and people who knows concept art, they don't have like much reference of like what does like concept artists do, how do you get there, what do they, what do they have to learn, and he tries to teach it there, like on his YouTube channel. Right now, it's like there's a lot of like concept art tutorials out there, but back then, I think it's only one of the few. So, yeah. OG, yeah, yep. And even back then, I don't know like if it's still the case now. Whenever you like in the industry, whenever you hear his school, like, hey, you went to FZD, you're pretty much kind of like they'll look up to you a little bit higher than compared to a self-study person, or compared to another school, because FZD, that school, they dishes out like a lot of like good students with good fundamentals, good design. So if you went there, you kind of have this privilege of like, it feels like you've studied in Harvard. Oh, you studied in Harvard. You studied in blah blah blah, whatever, like uh, Ivy League schools out there. That's pretty famous, like MIT or whatever. So when studios hear that, hey, you're from this school, your chances of like getting hired is like a little bit higher. Yeah, reputation talks. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like, if you've tried going to that school, the hours we put in, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Again, I think, not sure if I mentioned, but we did minimum of like 16 to 20 hours, sometimes 22 hours per day because of the homeworks. Like the homeworks like really, like there's a lot of homeworks. Yeah, the good thing about it is like you'll get good in a very short amount of time. Like, cause like what do you call this? It's only for a year, and you'll get good within that year for sure. But the pressure, the effort that you have to put in, it's pretty high. I think part of it is struggle environment because I don't have an active imagination. Damn. Was our work like able or more than regular jobs? Oh, it's not even close. Regular jobs, they make you stop working after 8 hours a day. That's it. Like for that, if you only do 8 hours a day, you'll be like bottom of the class. You won't be able to finish the homework. You need to spend, not an exaggeration again. If you're fast, you probably need like 16 hours a day. If you're fast. So for most of us, we do 20, 18 hours. And for the slower people, they do like 22 hours, 23, 24. Yeah, yeah. They don't sleep a lot. Maybe we sleep on uh, Friday nights because like we're so exhausted during the week from Monday to like Sunday to Friday, and then Friday night you can at least sleep. So Saturdays and like Fridays are like the best time for sleep, and then you grind again during Sundays because you have like a deadline for Monday, so you can't really sleep too much. So it is intense. uh it's super intense. It's not really something that, hey, you want to learn art and then fool around. You cannot do anything else other than sleep, work, or sleep, homework, eat, homework, nap, homework, homework, homework. You cannot go to the movies. You cannot like go hang around and play games. Those things, if you do those things consistently, I don't know, you're not gonna finish like the uh whole course. How did you feel during that year? It feels like prison. It feels like oh my god. The okay, like the feeling, I'm really grateful that I'm there. It's been like it's been a, like what do you call this? A long time dream for me to study there. Because again, I like Fengzu a lot, and going there is like a dream come true, so I'm very happy. But during those times, in most cases, I feel like, please let it stop, like let me go home. I want this to end. Like that's the kind of like a mental capacity, and like what do you call it? I have like, I think we have, originally we are 25 in our 25 in our class, and then we finish up being only like 21 or 20. We have like 5 students already like gave up because they cannot do the load. They cannot handle the load. It's too much. And it's pretty normal that you start at 25, you start at 30 people, and then you'll end up losing 5 people at the end of the year. Yeah, and it's not cheap as well. So if you are going to study there, you need to pay at least half, and then not that's non-refundable. And some people, they only lasted for a week or two, and then they're gone. Like the money's gone. Big respect to you for surviving and coming out. Thanks. You know what? Like, I don't think a lot of people will actually know, or what do you call this? Have a like they can relate, like they cannot relate to really like the experience about going there, because not a lot of people have spent so much time doing something consistently, putting in tremendous amount of hours for a year. So whenever I because like at first, like whenever people like tell me that, like, hey, you want to go to FZD, they'll do this, do that, yeah, that's fine, that's okay. And when I experience it like firsthand, I know what I'm getting into, but experiencing it like firsthand, yeah, it's really really crazy. I don't know what could motivate me to do something like that. I mean, it's all it's okay. I mean, like, I think you just need to like really like what you do. And I think for me, mostly it's like I really wanted to improve. So I wanted to improve really fast. I could get a job, and I think that is like one of the best options I had back then. So it's relatively cheap compared to other schools. I mean, it's cheaper than like a 2 year, 4 year school, and it's near me. It's Singapore. Are your parents proud of you? Are you proud of you for finishing it? Yeah, I'm proud of myself, like finishing the school. That's pretty tough. Are my parents proud of me because of that? No. I mean, it's not particularly like proud. Like they don't know the struggle, but they're happy that whatever I did there, it helped me make money. Some money, not a lot, but I made me like some money. So they're pretty happy with that. Jobs and 8 years plus experience. Uh, yeah, it teaches you a lot, to be honest. Cause like back then, 2021, 2022, I think I'm doing like two, three, up to 5 jobs all at the same time. It's because like I'm kind of built in. I still have that residue of like doing things 16, 18 hours a day of work. So I didn't mind, like, hey, yeah, do you have work for me? Cool. And then like another studio comes in like, hey, I have work for you. Like, yeah, cool, I'll take it all. And then I think I did that for a couple of years, and then I just got exhausted, and then like, okay, I need to stop doing this. So I stayed with like two, I think at most two to three job at the same time. So I'm not taking any more than three. But back then it's like 4 or 5. I'll take it all. It's before AI. I'm proud of him always. Wow. Thank you, Fallen Ray. Ooh.
I need to put something here.
I'm proud of you too. It's inspiring and admirable to like hear and talk to someone who has really gone with their passion. Ah, thanks, thanks. I mean, I hope it'll get me somewhere. I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years, so it had gotten me somewhere, but maybe a little bit further, if I can ask. Because I kind of left like everything behind for this. I mean, I cannot go back to engineering after this one. I cannot relearn engineering. Oof, it's pretty hard. And I think I'm too old for relearning stuff. You'll get further for sure. Ah, thank you. Let's pray for that. Yeah, I hope so too. Ooh, that's wrong. Like grease pencil or something. I don't know. Grease pencil? Wait. Have you considered merging your painting with 3D and making content? Oh, grease pencil. Actually, it's like very, very old kind of. Not old, but grease pencil is like out there for quite a bit already. Like for 3D. When I first saw it, it looks pretty awesome, but the thing is like I don't have a Wacom, so I do everything on my iPad, and Blender plus Grease Pencil is not like optimized to do on an iPad back then. I'm not sure if they have Grease Pencil on iPad now. So, but yeah, back then it's only for Blender. It's a plugin for Blender to draw on top of 3D. But yeah, I almost exclusive do everything on my iPad, so doing that is not an option for me. I just like stick with Procreate. But yeah, like the idea of like drawing on top of 3D back then is like it sounds really awesome, and it can make your progress or your pipeline a little bit faster because I use 3D as well. I use 3D, I sketch on top of 3D, and it can be like a good process, but I've never learned Grease Pencil because I didn't have like Wacom. I don't have like a I have a Wacom product, I don't use it because I'm doing all of the sketches here on my iPad. And the crazy thing about it is like when you use like Wacom, you kind of have to use Photoshop to some degree. And I know there's a lot of like free softwares out there, but back then Photoshop is the go-to, and when you use Photoshop you need to pay for a subscription, and it's just it's just a nope for me. Like subscription for like a painting product, or I mean it's not mostly for painting, but again still subscription, it's going to ask for a subscription. That's too much, way too much. Yeah, lol, Adobe is the worst of it. Yes, exactly. I hate it. It feels like they're trying to exploit their users because they know that they are the OG of like, like photo manipulation and like painting, like let's say digital painting. So they can like charge whatever they want, and I don't know, that's crazy. I hate that idea. So yeah, I think like that hate from Adobe grew. So I just like, hey, why not just use iPad? use Procreate, and then I learned about Procreate. Procreate has like, free update for live. It might not be like the best for everyone, but it works for me, so I don't mind. I like Procreate. I've been using this forever. Like if I have like 8 years of experience, I'm using Procreate for 8 years already. I had it since day one. I think even like the first time an iPad Pro, the iPad Pro came out, I like immediately purchased one because I know it's going to be like a good investment. So I'm learning. I tried learning everything in my iPad Pro. Also where the pop-up deck comes up. Times I forgot what it's called or how it gets summoned in Procreate itself. Like this one? Like what pop-up? Or do you mean this one? Oh, okay, this one, right? So whenever I press my pencil, like I press my pencil, it brings this pop-up, so I can like switch like brushes, so I can like flip my screen if I want to. It depends like where I go. So I'm flipping, I'm changing brush. I have like assist mode things there. So whenever I touch my screen or I press my pencil, so I just press my pencil. Come on. So yeah, I'm pressing my pencil. It just like uh yeah, it shows, and you can choose whatever like setting you go there. Like you can choose like if I hold this down, you can choose whatever setting you go. It could be a brush, it could be like an action from, or any action. It could be a redo, undo. Oh shit, I think I messed it up. Select brush. Where's my recent? I kind of like messed things up for myself. Oh, sketching. I've changed some of my brushes, but most used. There you go. Oh no. Wait, give me. It doesn't matter. I don't use it that much anyways, like my bad. I don't know, it's my bad. I thought I can just like revert it, but I'm not using it now, so that's fine. It's only just a sketching tool. So it's already here. I know where to uh take it from, so it's here. It's named like a technical pen. Yeah, I have like technical pen here. So it's my fault for like, yeah, it's stupid of me. Most use like technical pen, yeah. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I know where to get it from. Just like need to set it up. And setting it up is like it's not really that hard. It's just going to take you like a minute. Yeah. Thanks for hanging around. I'm actually going to go offline in a couple of minutes. Yeah, thanks for the chat. Have a good one. Well, you are. Don't worry. Maybe next time if I have an environment, I'll be curious. Yeah, for sure. You can just like always send me links. Let's see like how your environment goes. We can do like a lot of critic session if you want to. So yeah, probably going to be offline as well. Going to have lunch. So yeah, have a nice day.